friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Holly with the Nestle Valley Farmhouse, and as you can see by the title, this is going to be kind of a interesting video, kind of a hard video to make, but I know it's going to sound terrible, but I wanted to make sure and give like closure. So, because this very well might be the last YouTube video I plan to make. So, I guess, where do I begin? So, I did make a video in, was it November? Right after my restocks that basically talked about me going back to work. I ended up actually deleting it because I just wasn't happy with the quality of it, and I guess I just feel like I didn't really want to, I don't know, I just didn't feel like posting it after I posted it, and I feel like I rambled a lot in it, which I'm sure I'm gonna ramble right now. And I just thought it'd be better to just kind of do a little sit down video, talk to you guys, and kind of explain what is going on, kind of our life update, and especially since this is actually the 9th or 10th anniversary of me starting my channel. I believe it was in 2015 that I started my YouTube channel as a working mom of 2 kids, and I'd always been fascinated with like video production and stuff, and always, you know, dreamed that I'd be an actress someday. And so for me, it was really fun to kind of bring that out and learn more about filming and stuff. And it's something that I don't want to fully give up. And I might, like I said, this may or may not be the last video I film. I just want to kind of bring some closure and kind of explain why I'm planning on taking a break. So anyway, I started as a mama too, and quickly over the course of the last 9 or 10 years, I have obviously become a mom of 4, then 5, and we moved out to this beautiful property out in the country, and we built our house, and it's been quite the journey. And I have really enjoyed, I even started staying home on the channel, and I just really enjoyed kind of all the different changes my life has gone through. It's been a really fun experience. So I wanted to kind of talk about it and talk about like my reasoning for kind of the changes we're making. And so I'll kind of start with, in October time, I actually it was probably end of September, I kind of got the thought, you know, looking at our financials, looking at kind of like my goals for the next 5 years, 10 years, and kind of where I wanted to be. And I would have loved for my YouTube channel to become kind of a monetized thing. So I guess I'll back up. At the very beginning of, I think it was last year, probably around November time, I took some classes, and I really like kind of tried to lean into my YouTube channel. A big part of it was I wanted to really see if I could grow, if I could make it into something that I can get monetized. And of course, I watched those videos, did a lot of research on like how to get monetized in, you know, 30 days or whatever, which obviously I felt like was kind of too, how do I put it delicately, too rich of a scenario, or a little too easy. And I would say it was probably October, November of last year that I was like, you know what, I'm really going to lean into it. And I kind of gave myself some goals. One of the goals was I wanted to be monetized by summer. And I really worked hard. I would film 2 videos a week, edit them, post them, and, you know, just try to like stay really active on my channel. And it was amazing. My channel grew by hundreds of subscribers. I was very excited, and I felt very fulfilled. Like it's a fun hobby. I really love it. But in the end, I did not get monetized. A lot of it is, number one, as you can see, in kind of the YouTube sphere, even just in kind of the homemaking, homesteading sphere, there's just a lot of other content creators that have big budgets. They have, you know, and they just have kind of a lot more resources than I was able to have to make great videos. And of course, trying not to like critique myself too much, but a lot of it is, you know, they look the part, they look a certain way, and just people tend to follow their content more. And that's obviously fine with me. Obviously I can't, how do I put it? I have my opinions about it, but obviously it's not something that I am going to, you know, fault people for liking just better content. And I wasn't able to create the content that was going to get me monetized. And a lot of it is because I have a lot going on. I'm a mom of 5. I was not working at the time, but a lot of like, it's just a lot going on. We do sports for our kids. We travel, we camp a lot in the summer, and just kind of year round, we try to do special events and trips and stuff. So, I decided in September of this last year to start looking for a job. So what really happened is I just kind of looked at the things that we wanted to do, and my husband's income is great. He takes great care of us. But if I wanted to do some of these extras that I've been looking into doing for years, I was going to have to get a job. And of course, a lot of it is like, I didn't need to get a lot of money, but my hope is to make like $500 to $1,000 a month realistically. And that was my hope with my YouTube channel. That was kind of what started the whole thing. And by the summertime, I just realized that whether it's people don't like my content, I just can't produce the same quality of content. And in my defense, it's really hard to go up against people who have full film crews and have full like social media people who run their accounts. And so like they have more time to research and film more content than I did. And I just really, it was one of those things where I really had to sit down with myself and be like, okay, what do I want? What are my goals? What do I want to see? And it boiled down to is I wanted to earn an income so that I could help support my family, because we have some things. We are going to actually be going to Disneyland this April for one of my kids' birthdays. It's their golden birthday, which is really important to me to do like something really special. It's our first golden birthday because they turn 5 on the 5th. And I wanted to make sure that they had, like that we did something really fun and really special. And I just decided that not all of my kids have been to Disneyland. My older 2 have. I was actually pregnant with baby number 3 the last time we went. So I really wanted to just take them. And we decided that this is the year we're going to do it. And it worked out well because spring break is like that same time frame. And so, but of course, if I'm going to pay for it, because you know, it's not cheap taking 5 kids to Disneyland, I needed to get a job. So I looked into blogging, other potential ways to make money online, and it all boiled down to it's a lot of effort in the beginning, and if you get lucky, you can make money. And like I said, there's other people I know that have done great, but just that is, I kind of feel like, and I'm just going to say this, even if it ruffles some feathers, I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are kind of selling a story, and they want you to take their classes that are like hundreds of dollars, and they want you to, you know, and they tell you that it's super easy, or you just like, here's the tips and tricks. And if you follow this like outline, you'll make money. And that's just not true. And there's a lot of people that make money by making you think that you'll make money, if that makes sense. So I just kind of took a look at some of the social media stuff, and I mentioned it in my last video that I filmed. Basically, there was a particular influencer that I've seen on a lot of their videos, and they are like, their whole spiel is they're stay-at-home mom, homemaker. They dress, you know, in the beautiful prairie dresses, which is great. And in one of these videos, they're like, oh, the clinking you hear is my house cleaner. And so basically, they have a housekeeper and a bunch of other things. And it was so funny to me because I'm thinking, you're preaching this like stay at home, your husband earns an income whenever you're online making probably 6 figures, because if you look at their following, it's pretty big. And you're telling women not to work, yet you're working but pretending to be a stay-at-home mom because technically, yes, you are staying home with your child, but you're also like hiring out a lot of things because you have the money, which is fine, but it's a little disingenuous. And so honestly, that kind of was like, you know what? I just don't enjoy kind of this scene anymore, if that makes sense. I will still probably make a few videos here and there for like hobbies and stuff as a hobby, and I might give little life updates, but I just decided at that point I just no longer felt an interest in being or trying to. The thing is, I can't compete with that. I can't compete with people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars with full film crews and full social media stuff, and it's just not possible. So I decided on the next best thing. And I decided, since my kids are back in public school, and we have been for a couple years, and to be honest, it's been great. I was really concerned because as a former homeschooling family, I was really concerned that like there would be bad influences and stuff. And I have found that, number one, my kids are pretty awesome kids. They definitely don't seem to like, yeah, of course we've had some issues that we've had to talk about as a family, but they're good kids, and they don't believe a lot of the bull crap that they're hearing about other friends at school. And they understand that like we have different values than different people, and it's okay. And it's also okay to be around people that maybe don't believe the same. That doesn't mean we have to accept what they believe as like our beliefs. And it's actually been really good. I feel like the school that we've gone to has been a really good, there's a lot of good teachers there that are good people that are, you know, have good similar values. And so I'm not worried really. And so I decided that I was going to look into working with the school. So I filled out a few applications, like for 3 different positions. One was a like recess, was it a recess aide or something, where you help monitor recess and cafeteria. And then one was a custodial substitute, and then a long-term secretary substitute. And the recess aide one, I didn't really know that I wanted to get because it's only 3 hours a day and it's full time. And I was really concerned about how that would work with my family situation, because I have childcare kind of part of the time. But it ended up working out that I got hired on as a custodial substitute. And so I worked there for a few days in October, and honestly, it was great. And it's a lot of work, oh my goodness, but it is perfectly fits in with kind of my family schedule. And then in December, I did a long-term, or actually November, December, I did a long-term sub for a custodial substitute. And then I was able to get on as a paraprofessional or paraeducator sub. And I've been doing that part-time ever since. And so basically when I was done with my custodial, I was doing the para and kind of did both through the month of December. And now that we're on Christmas break, it's been kind of a nice little break, and I've been able to kind of my goal is to work like 3 days a week. And that's just on top of that, on top of serving at our local church and just being a mom with kids and sports. I just didn't feel like I could commit to YouTube the same. Also, so the pay here is pretty good, and I make about, if I'm working an average, like say 3 days a week in a month, I can make close to $1,000. So, and that obviously is also including paying a little bit of childcare, because I do pay I have my mother-in-law and my mom both watch my kids on occasion, and I pay them each, I think we agreed on a reasonable amount, but like I pay them a little bit for childcare, so they're not obviously doing it for free. Because to me, I just felt like it was the right thing to do. And so I discovered that honestly, I'm really enjoying it. I love I've worked with some really great kids, and then working custodial, it's kind of a nice, relaxing, I can put in podcasts because it's in the evenings, and I can just go clean classrooms and sweep and mop. It's like I'm cleaning at home anyway, might as well clean somewhere else, right? And so I've really discovered I really enjoy that. So I kind of feel like that's going to be, between that and all the other things I have going, I just don't know that I commit to like a full-time YouTube schedule like I was doing. I still hope to keep up. Like I'll probably maybe do like a once a month video or something, just to kind of give little updates here and there, and just because I like it and it's fun. So it's like the channel's not going away forever, but I just wanted to let you guys know like why the structure is changing. And the other thing too is I felt like towards the end, when being so busy, I wasn't able to really like put out good quality content. Like some of my videos, I'm like, okay, that one was done really well. And the other ones, I just felt like I had to kind of rush it and throw it together to hopefully not look terrible, if that makes sense. But I really have enjoyed being a part of YouTube, and I'm really excited about moving on to the kind of this next stage of life. The goal that I have basically come January is going to be building routines. I want to build like a morning routine and an evening routine for kind of before and after I'm working, to keep up the house and stuff. And just kind of wanting to do some more decluttering and organizing kind of my house so that it's easier for me to have these routines. Because I really feel like, you know, being a working parent, again, like it's weird. I'm having feelings about it because I'm like, you know, I've been a stay-at-home mom, and I feel like there's this culture around like homemaking. That's great. I think it's so amazing that we should have homemakers, but I also think that like it's okay sometimes too to help out your family if you can by working. I hope that makes sense. So I kind of hope that gives you an explanation and kind of letting you know like what our next steps are. We've actually, I guess this is another thing, we've actually started officially our LLC, and we are looking at probably building our farm business a little bit more. And I do think that if I can kind of get organized, I would like to maybe film a little bit about that in our journey, and just kind of have it as have some information to help other people that might be trying to do the same thing. Like, we're not planning on obviously making millions of dollars on our farm, but the thing is we're hoping to get some tax breaks with just having a farm, and then also trying to provide like good quality products to people. Mostly we're looking at meat goats and meat chickens as kind of our products that we're going to sell, because we've been doing meat chickens for, I think this will be our 4th year coming up, and honestly we love them. They taste way better, and the processing process isn't terrible. I don't love it, but I feel like there's just something really empowering about being able to provide for a family in that way. So we're actually looking at adding meat goats, and obviously trying to monetize our farm business. So I just don't really have a lot of extra time for so many other things. So it's like, I got a job, I'm starting a farm business, and I'm working also pretty full time at our local church with the children's ministry. So there's just a lot going on. So I'm excited. I mean, I'm kind of sad, but I'm happy to have kind of some new adventures, I guess, to explore and discover, and kind of see how, how our family, what this journey is going to take us. So I'm looking forward to being able to, like I said, help provide for our family in other ways, like, financially and whatnot. So I mean, I hope you enjoyed this update. I am sorry to kind of say goodbye for now, but I promise I will probably be back with more updates and more things. And if I can find a good, like I said, if we get all these things rolling, I would love to kind of document the journey if that's something that you guys are interested in. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you all next time.